In this video, we're going to be multiplying complex conjugates. So one question that some people have is, how is multiplying a complex conjugate any different than just multiplying a conjugate? And it's not any different. You just need to make sure that you simplify. So let's go ahead and let's do a couple examples. So here we're going to multiply each complex number by its complex conjugate. So if we have 3 plus 6i, the conjugate of that is going to be 3 minus 6i. So remember, when we're multiplying conjugates, we can do our a squared minus our b squared. So let's use some colors to help us out here. So a and b. So in this case, our a value is the 3, right? That's our a value. And our b value is the 6i. So to use our a squared minus b squared shortcut, because you could FOIL it out, or you could use a shortcut, which is a little bit faster. So we have our a squared minus our b squared. So we'll plug in our a, which is our 3, and we'll plug in our b, which is 6i. And let's see, 3 squared is 9. And let's see, 6 squared is 36. And then we're going to have I squared. Don't forget that that's a negative there. But remember that an I squared is actually worth a negative 1. So we'll need to plug that in. So we actually have 36 times negative 1, which will give us 9 plus 36, which is the value 45. So let's go ahead and let's do this next one. So here we have 2 minus 5i, and its complex conjugate is 2 plus 5i. And we have our a and we have our b, and we can go ahead and plug that in. And so let's see here. So here's our a, let's write that down, and here's our b. So we're going to have our a squared minus our b squared. And we'll go ahead and we'll plug that in. So we'll plug in our 2. We'll plug in our 5i, and 2 squared is 4, minus 5 squared is 25, and then I squared. But remember that I squared is actually worth a negative 1. So now what we have is 4 plus 25, which is going to equal 29. So as you can see, multiplying by a complex conjugate is really just the same as multiplying by a conjugate, and you're still able to use that a squared minus b squared. You just need to make sure you simplify that I squared.